Welcome to the Deep Dive. You're joining us today for a really fascinating exploration into Fukuoka's tempura scene.
Yeah, it's quite a world. We're focusing on the big names.
Exactly, not just skimming the surface. We're really digging into the tempura gasanka.
The three titans, Takao, Hirao, and Daruma.
Right. Think of this as your shortcut, your fast track to getting a real handle on a key part of Fukuoka's food identity.
For sure. If you want to quickly understand what makes Fukuoka's food culture tick, knowing these three is, well, it's essential.
We've basically sifted through the info to find the really interesting bits, right? Their history, what makes each one unique.
Yeah, and even some tips on how to, you know, really enjoy the experience when you're there.
So our mission today is pretty clear. Pull out the core knowledge on Takao, Hirao, and Daruma.
By the time we're done, you won't just know the names, you'll get the essence of each one, why they're called the three musketeers of popular tempura.
Okay, let's get into it then. What is it about Fukuoka? How did this really distinctive tempura scene even develop?
Well, it's interesting how Fukuoka really cultivated its own style. A big part of it, something you see a lot, especially with the Gosanki, is that U-shaped counter.
Right, you mentioned that. It's not just decoration.
No, not at all. It's functional. It puts you, the customer, right there facing the chef, watching them fry everything in the middle. It's quite an experience.
It's like dinner and a show kind of bundled together.
Exactly. And beyond just the layout, there are these little extras, these nibbles that show up.
Ah, yeah, before the tempura even lands. What's that about?
Right. So a really distinctive thing, and this actually started at the Ruma, is the free shiokara. That's salted fish, usually squid and tsukumono pickles.
Daruma started that with salted squid.
Yep, the original.
Yeah.
And Takao and Hiro do their own versions now, too. It's meant to be, a salty, acidic contrast to the richness coming later.
Salted fish before fried food. That's
Oh,
different.
wow.
Sounds like it preps your palate in a unique way.
It does. And then there's the sauce. Is there a standard Fukuoka way for the dipping sauce?
Good question. Generally, yeah, you get a kind of sweet tempura sauce, and it comes with grated daikon radish. Standard stuff.
Okay.
Takao throws in a local curveball. They give you free mentaiko.
Ah, the spicy codro. Fukuoka's famous for that.
Exactly. Free mentaiko with your tempura. It's quite the hook.
That is an unexpected combo. So, interactive counter, free palate cleansers, regional sauce variations.
Oh.
Anything about the cooking itself?
Yes, absolutely. There's this technique called wok frying that's pretty common in Fukuoka tempura places.
The wok frying, not deep frying.
Well, it is deep frying, but using a wok. The shape apparently helps keep the oil temperature really consistent, super hot.
Ah, okay. And that leads to
A batter that stays incredibly hot and fantastically crispy. That's the goal.
wok frying tempura. Okay, now I'm really intrigued. Let's break down these gosanki then, starting with Hakata Tempura Takao. What's their story?
Right, Takao. They've been around a while, since 1962, and interestingly, they expanded to Tokyo.
Oh, okay, so they helped spread the Hakata style beyond Fukuoka.
Seems like it, yeah. Played a big role in getting it known more widely.
And what makes Takao? What's their signature thing?
They talk a lot about using canola oil. They feel it makes the tempura crisp, but also light.
Lighter texture.
But maybe the biggest draw, the thing everyone talks about, is the all-you-can-eat homemade kombu mentaiko.
Kombu mentaiko, not just regular mentaiko.
Whoop. Kombu.
Yeah.
Help. They actually have their own factory up in Kushiro, Hokkaido for their mentaiko. Source seafood from Hokkaido, too.
Wow, dedicated factory. So what is kombu mentaiko?
It's a mature pollock cod roe blended with sweet kombu kelp. So you
Mhm.
get the rich roe flavor, but also the subtle sweetness from the kelp. It's really unique.
That sounds amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I walk into Takao. What's on the menu typically? And how do I maximize this mentaiko situation?
Maximize the mentaiko. Well, their Takao set meal is super popular. Good starting point. Pork, shrimp, a couple of seafood bits, 3 veggies. Pretty good price, too, like under 1,000 yen usually.
Pretty standard set meal structure then.
Yeah, they have seasonal ones, fancier ones, too, individual pieces. But crucially, yes, that kombu mentaiko, plus some homemade asazu pickles and black oolong tea. All free, all unlimited.
Okay, unlimited is dangerous. In a good way.
Right. So the tip is just savor it. Enjoy that contrast. The
It-
light, crispy tempura against that rich umami, slightly sweet mentaiko. And they have other condiments too, salt, yuzu kosho, that citrus chili paste chichimi spice mix. You can play around.
Sounds great. Takao's definitely on the list for the mentaiko alone. Okay, number 2. Tempura restaurant Hirao. The lines here are supposedly epic.
Epic is the word. Yeah, the sources say something like 1,000 customers a day, maybe 1,200 on weekends.
Whoa, serious volume. Like soul food for Fukuoka folks, apparently.
Yeah.
Huge lines outside.
What drives that kind of loyalty, do you think? Is it just how crispy they make it?
That's definitely their main claim to fame. Their whole thing is fried crisply in hot vegetable oil. They really push that crunch factor.
Okay, the Crunch Kings, so what's their freebie? Takao has Taiko. What does Hirao offer?
Hirao goes with all-you-can-eat yuzu-scented squid salted fish. Their take on shiokara.
Yuzu-scented squid.
Interesting.
Yeah, and get this, apparently there's a button at the fryer station. The chef can push it to add fresh oil from a tank, just to keep that temperature perfect.
A dedicated oil button, that's commitment to crispiness. So the yuzu shikara, how does the citrus change it? Does it make it less fishy?
Yeah, exactly. It's mostly squid and yuzu, no internal organs like some traditional shikara, so it's much lighter, brighter, more refreshing. Doesn't have that strong odor some people dislike. Makes it way more approachable.
That makes sense for a place serving that many people.
Yeah.
Okay, so with those crowds, how does it even work? How do you eat there?
It's efficient. Still the U-shaped counter, right? And they serve the tempura fresh, piece by piece.
So they still manage that personal touch.
Yeah, the chefs watch your eating speed, try to time the next piece, but you order first from a ticket machine, like a ramen shop. Buy your ticket, then sit down. Streamlines things a lot. Ticket machine, attentive chefs. Sounds like organized, delicious chaos. What are the go-to set meals?
Most popular is the okonomi set meal. That's shrimp, squid, pork, whitefish, 3 veggies. Again, really affordable, under 900 yen.
Wow.
Then there's a basic tempura set, one called ajiwai, with chicken, a shrimp-focused one, a veggie one, and you can get extra rice cheap. Lots of options.
Okay, so for the Hirao first-timer, what's the pro tip?
Enjoy the contrast. That super hot, super crispy tempura against the cool, refreshing, citrusy squid shiokara. It's great with the rice, the miso soup.
Right.
Some people even put the shiokara in their rice with tea, like chizoup, or use it in stir-fries later. It's surprisingly versatile stuff.
Okay, Hirao. Go for the crunch, stay for the zesty squid. Got it.
Yeah.
Finally, tempura Daruma Yoshizuka Honten. This is the OG, right? Where the Hokkata style started.
That's the one. Established 1963, Daruma Yoshizuka Honten is credited as the originator of the whole Fukuoka tempura set meal style.
And they started the free shiokara and pickles thing?
They did. The salted squid and pickled veg service started there. And pretty uniquely, it's still their only location. Just the one spot in Yoshizuka.
Wow, the original and only. So what's their secret? How have they kept that legacy going? What makes their tempura special?
Daruma sticks to tradition.
Yeah.
They use that wok frying method we talked about, keeping the oil at a steady 180 Celsius.
The wok frying again?
Yep. They say it keeps the temperature stable even when they add lots of ingredients, so everything cooks just right. And their dipping sauce is different too. It's more elegant, made with the bonito broth base.
Bonito broth. That sounds really refined, umami rich. And their free sides, still the salted squid.
Salted squid, yes, and also spicy takana. That's pickled mustard greens.
Ooh, spicy pickles too. Nice. How does the ordering work there? Is it also tickets?
Yep. Buy a meal ticket. But here, you also grab a numbered ticket, kind of like at a deli counter, and wait for your number to be called.
Okay, a bit different.
Then you sit down, usually at the counter, and the shikara and takana are already waiting for you. They also have some tables, more family-friendly.
Good to know. What are the must-try sets at Daruma?
Their star is probably the Daruma shrimp set meal. Features a massive shrimp, like over 22 centimeters long.
Whoa, that's huge.
It is. They also have a popular fish set meal, bluefish, whiting, squid, tilefish, veggies, and a mix set with shrimp, whiting, pork, scallops, veggies.
Sounds like good variety.
And you can add extra tempura pieces individually, starting pretty cheap. They really emphasize that special bonito broth sauce, but they also offer Tsushima seaweed salt as another dipping option.
Specialty salt from Tsushima Island. That's cool. Okay, so Daruma sounds very traditional, refined, but still accessible. What's the key takeaway for experiencing it?
It's about appreciating that original combo, the wok fried tempura, fresh off the heat, with their signature salted squid and that spicy takana. Really taste that special bonito sauce, maybe try a bit of the seaweed salt. Experience the roots of it all.
Makes sense. Okay, we've talked about the U-shaped counter at all three. It really seems fundamental. Why is that layout so dominant, especially thinking about Hirao's crazy volume?
Yeah, the U-shape is, it's really the heart of the Fukuoka tempura experience.
Yeah.
Like you said, especially somewhere busy like Hirao, the main goal is getting that tempura to you immediately.
Right, straight from the fryer, peak crispiness.
Exactly. The counter lets the chef hand it right over.
Hmm.
But, just as importantly, it lets the chef see you. They can gauge how fast you're eating.
Ah, we touched on this, so they really do time it.
They try to, yeah. Time the next piece to land just as you're finishing the last one. It's
Yep.
all about serving it at that absolute optimal moment.
Timing, freshness. It's quite deliberate.
Very. And Hirao's main place. They apparently have a 3-compartment U-shaped counter setup.
3 compartments. Why?
Even more efficiency, basically. Better flow management lets them watch customers even more closely across different sections. It just shows how seriously they take serving perfect tempura right when it's ready.
That's incredible dedication. Okay, so let's wrap this up a bit. We've got Takao, light oil, that amazing all-you-can-eat kombu mentaiko, big draw.
Mm-hmm. Then Hirao,
Yeah.
the king of crispiness, those crazy lines, and refreshing yuzu shiokara.
Right, and Daruma,
Yeah.
the originator, traditional wok frying, classic salted squid, and spicy takana sides, that bonito sauce.
It's pretty amazing how distinct they all are, isn't it?
Oh,
Operating within the same basic idea, affordable, fresh tempura, but each with such a strong identity.
that really is the aha moment, like you said earlier. It's not just tempura, it's understanding these specific styles, their history, the little details.
Exactly. The nuances are what make it so interesting.
So as you're listening, you can think, what sounds best to you? Is it the unlimited fancy cod roe?
Or that ultimate shattering crunch.
Or maybe experiencing the original style, the tradition, with those classic sides.
Yeah. And, thinking about this, these 3 distinct, super successful takes on affordable, fresh tempura in just one city kind of makes you wonder.
I don't know what.
Well, what other regional Japanese foods might have their own big 3? Local champions that are maybe less famous internationally,
Yeah.
but just as fascinating.
Like hidden culinary trilogies all over Japan.
Exactly. It definitely sparks curiosity about what else is out there beyond the dishes everyone already knows. Something to chew on.